All right, welcome back to Wmma Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you with a fight review. So we're going to Manila in the Philippines for one on Prime Video 5. We're going to the opening bout of the evening in the one atomweight 115 pounds division. Number 3 ranked atomweight Denice Zamboanga coming in at 8-2, taking on the currently unranked Lin Heqin coming in at 15-4. I was looking forward to this one because, Lin is one of the most cleanest technical strikers in the one atomweight division. And Zamboanga brings in a pretty well-rounded game. She can strike, and she can take the fight to the ground when she needs to. So I was looking forward to this one. So let's get into it, because this was an action-packed fight. So first round, Zamboanga countered well early. Dropped Lin within the first 30 seconds with, I believe, a right hand. Brief failed takedown attempt by Zamboanga. Lin had trouble, finding her range in the first round. But she did catch Zamboanga when Zamboanga was trying to enter. Caught her. Zamboanga tried to go for a takedown, but Lin briefly got her onto the ground and even had her mounted at first. But Zamboanga scrambled well, got out of it, and they both ended up in the clinch, each of them landing some short punches. After they broke, there's a spinning back kick that landed for Lin. And Lin started landing better in the second half of the first round. There was a brief flurry by both, then an overhand for Lin, some clinch work, some dirty boxing by both of them. Denice still countering well in the at the end of the first round. Then went to the second round, and Lin was already showing some damage on the left side of her face from eating the right hands of Zamboanga. Both fighters were a little more hesitant in the first minute of the second. A nice left hand and then a 1-2 landed for Zamboanga. She came forward with some punches, but then Lin walked her right back down with punches. Several rights landed for Zamboanga. Left hook, real nice left hook landed for Lin. Another overhand right for Denice, then another. Both started exchanging punches at that point. Lin landed a nice inside low kick. I thought that was a nice change of pace for her because she was getting countered too easily when she was throwing outside low kicks. She missed a high kick, but then she landed a really nice spinning back kick that sent Zamboanga back a couple feet. Denice missed a couple of combinations then. Then Lin was using a lot better footwork in the second round. She was, taking angles. She wasn't just moving backwards. Started moving to the side and working angles. She drove forward with some punching, and Zamboanga hurried up and clinched her right at the end of the second round. So it was a pretty close fight after the first two rounds, and both corners were actually imploring them to get busy and get going in the third round. So the third round started, and there was a lot of outside fighting in the first minute. Lin was landing some low kicks, flicking out the jab, keeping Denice outside. Nice 3-punch combo from Denice. She tried and failed a takedown, and it ended up with Lin clinching her, pushing her up against the fence. Zamboanga was able to escape from there. It was followed by some more outside fighting. Again, Lin just keeping Zamboanga at range, which is, you could tell, was kind of what she really wanted the fight to be at the whole time, and where she excels the best. And she finally took her to the third round to get there. Excuse me. Lin started scoring on counters of her own. It kind of a reversed course in the third round because Zamboanga was having a really hard time getting close, but neither of them was really scoring much because, when Lin's on the outside, she's just kind of flicking stuff out. It's landing, but it's not damaging. And Zamboanga was just stuck on the outside. Final minute, they both start throwing and landing punches. Zamboanga got a 1-2. Threw some overhands. Lin got an overhand of her own. Lin drove Zamboanga to the fence and landed some knees to the thigh, and that was the end of the fight. So I went to the judges, and 2-1 scored for the winner via split decision, Denice Zamboanga. Now, I got to admit, this fight was much closer on the second viewing than it was when I was halfway watching it live. I thought Zamboanga pretty much walked away with it just on the overhand right she was landing alone. But it was a much closer fight on second viewing. Both fighters, I thought, really needed a strong third round, and both really hesitated. Like, Lin especially needed a strong third round, but neither of them were really doing much to try to put an emphasis on it. Like, I think both of them really needed an emphasis. Lin a little bit more, just because it was in Zamboanga's hometown and she had scored better early. I thought both of them really needed that strong finish, and they both just hesitated. I don't know. I mean, I don't know what was going on there. I'll tell you what, though. Those naked low kicks, they cost Lin big, especially in the first round. She loves to throw those low kicks, but she doesn't set them up, and she doesn't follow through. For her, they're almost like a jab, and she just throws them out there. And Zamboanga studied well and threw good right-hand counters, and they really worked for her, and she was just really scoring on Lin. Those kicks cost Lin big time in this fight. Now, regarding both fighters, I have to be completely honest. Neither of them looked like future champs to me coming out of this fight. Lin, of course, because she lost, but Denice, her boxing was good, but I thought she's looked better in other fights. This was not the best we've seen from her. Now, maybe it was just a style. Maybe it was the height and reach difference that slightly favored Lin. I'm not sure, but Denice sure didn't look like a champ either. I think both of them have a lot they need to work on. I mean, it was a fun fight, and it was a great way to start off the evening. I just thought, they both look like they still need a lot of work. I saw Lin Heqin's Instagram post. She was really upset about the scoring. But I got to be honest, I thought she got robbed against Hirata, or at least it was much more of an argument for being wronged against Hirata than here. Because Denice scored big early, and Lin failed to really catch up. And I mean, this fight was close, but whereas I thought Lin should have gotten the nod against Hirata, I didn't. I had a hard time disagreeing with the scoring for Zamboanga in this fight. So, I mean, we'll get to it and things to work on, but I think Lin doing what she always does, really cost her the fight in this one. So for things to work on, we'll start with Denice. I got to be honest, her takedowns were weak in this. And I mean, Lin Heqin has good takedown defense and is good at countering takedowns, but I mean, Zamboanga's takedowns look really weak here. I mean, one of them was definitely out of desperation, but even when Zamboanga was really trying to get the takedown, they just looked really weak compared to what I've seen from her in the past. She's definitely had stronger takedowns before. Now, I don't know what the cause of that was, if it was just Lin, or if her takedowns have degraded a bit. I'm not sure, but she definitely needs to work more on her takedowns. For Lin, first off, head movement. I don't know what it is about Sanda fighters or Sanda-based fighters usually have horrible head movement. She just keeps her head on a straight line. Now, she did start to do that move her head a little bit more as the fight wore on. But by then, she had already eaten so many counter rights off of those naked low kicks that she was already down. So if she's going to throw the low kick like that, she's got to move her head as she's throwing it and keep her head off the center line. But also, she's got to stop throwing those naked low kicks. They're killing her. For fights to make, for Lin, it's hard to tell who is active on One Championship's roster and who's not. It seems like they're recycling the same 6, 7, maybe 8 fighters. If I knew who was still on their active roster, it'd be easier to figure this out. For now, I'll go with G and Radzwan. Both are coming off of losses. Both are outside the top 5. Both need wins right now. For Zamboanga, she called out Stamp Fairtex. Stamp told her to go beat Ham first, but look, after Stamp gets done with that goofy mixed rules fight, what else? What other fight is there to make in the top 5? Ham is most likely going to get the title fight next, and if not, people are going to be really mad and they're going to riot. For Zamboanga, she just fought down. Stamp's not fighting anyone, and she's not going to be getting a title fight anytime soon. Might as well make Stamp versus Denice. I think that'd be a fun fight, and they're within 2 ranking spots of each other. Might as well do that. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this fight. Denice Zamboanga beating Lin Heqin via split decision. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you liked the video, please give it a like, and while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to Wmma Scene Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.